What you doing? What you doing?
Pressing buttons.
You're pressing buttons? You supposed to be pressing those buttons?
Pressing buttons.
So last night we had a lot of rain, guys, here in Anda. Wow. And the lightning, oh my God, it was lighting up the room. And of course, with lightning comes thunder. And I mean, the whole house was shaking last night. Look at the water. See the water? Wow, we got a lot of rain last night. It was almost like half the night, nonstop downpouring. It wasn't like a drizzle. It was like downpour for hours and hours last night. It was so incredible. I mean, I love a good rainstorm as long as there's no damage, you know. So I'm on my way to Hagna. I'm gonna do I'm just gonna do a supply run. It's the closest supermarket that we have that's comparable to something in Tagbilaran. It's just a little bit less choices, but it's the best option that we have. It's about 35-40 minutes from Anda. They also have a really good private school. If I were to stay here in Anda, I will probably end up sending both the kids there. I really wish that I had known about it sooner. Maybe I would have sent Kyla there as soon as we moved here, because she's so far behind. I'm gonna get her straightened out when we go to the US. She's gonna get caught up, and she's very, very smart. She's gonna get caught up with her learning and her skill level once we get to the USA. And things are moving along. I'm just waiting for the call from Cebu. So to get the birth certificate abroad and the passport, to get the birth certificate abroad for the United States citizen and the American passport, you have to fill out this application along with certain requirements that you have to photocopy, and you have to send it to Manila. Okay, and so that was nothing. It was no big deal. I mean, within a week or less than a week, the embassy in Manila was giving me a phone call, and they said when they called that if it's easier for us to go to the embassy in Cebu, we can. But they didn't allow that before, which is crazy, right? I mean, I always knew they could do it there, but they just didn't want to or whatever. But because of the pandemic, they were allowing the birth certificate abroad and the passport application to be done in Cebu, which is great, which is so much better, because we'll just get on the ferry with the car, we'll drive over to the waterfront hotel, and underneath the waterfront hotel is the embassy. We wouldn't even have to get out of the car, go anywhere. We'll go from our car straight to the hotel, check in, and then you go downstairs the next day, get your interview done, and then you're back in the hotel, and then a couple of days later you're back in Bohol. So great. You don't have to deal with Manila traffic, hotels, taxis, and whatnot, because we're not vaccinated. I know that not so I know not everybody is vaccinated and not everyone wants to get a vaccine, but I certainly do. I've always had the flu shot every year, never had any problems. My grandmother lived to be 101. She had all her vaccines and got her flu shot every year. So yeah, I mean, this vaccine is a little different, obviously, and it can cause side effects, but I don't know, both my parents in their 70s got it, my sister, my whole family got it. Nobody had any side effects. Now, I'm not saying that if I get the vaccine I won't have a side effect, but the majority of the people are okay. And it helps. I know it helps. I can see it. The hospitalizations are down. The deaths are down. And the people who are dying and are hospitalized, the majority of them are not vaccinated. So To each his own. I don't have a problem with somebody not getting vaccinated because it doesn't affect me. So yeah, I mean, I really wish I could get vaccinated here in the Philippines, but no way I'm getting the Chinese vaccine. Not a chance in hell. Yeah. So this is the road that leads out of Enda. It's the main road. A lot of construction going on. A lot of construction. Beautiful mountains, huh? I remember the first time I came to Enda, it was me and Lynn. We don't have any, we had just Kyla at the time. And we drove on Lynn's bike. It's my first or my second time in Enda. And in the Philippines, my first or second, I think it was my second time in the Philippines. And, oh, look at this tree fell down during the storm last night. You gotta be so careful with these older trees that hang over the road. Nobody really trims them. You're not allowed to touch the trees here. So, yeah, the first time I came to Enda, it was me and Lynn were on the bike. Lynn drove the whole way from Taliban because it was, a bike that, it wasn't a scooter, it was a bike. And I don't know how to drive a bike with the gears, with the shifting. Oh, it was the most uncomfortable thing I've ever done in my life. My God, 2 hours on the bike, back of that bike, my ass. I think my balls were in my throat. I'll have to edit that. And I remember the ride, and the point I was trying to make was, I was blown away by the mountains, and then the ocean is right there. I don't know if you can see the ocean, but the ocean is just there. And this is our friend Bill's house coming up here on the right. Where is it? There it is. There's the Dills. They live in good old PA, Pennsylvania, PA. The road here is very narrow. I think when they built this road and the people settled here, they had no idea that this would be such a tourist destination, because it's a very dangerous road. You can see these people walking and the dogs and the cars and the bikes. There's very little room for error on this road. Anyway, so I am on my way to Hagna to buy supplies like toilet paper, dental floss, shampoo, some canned goods for Lynn, and I don't eat stuff out of the can. Maybe canned corn because there's no fresh corn here. But that's about it. But those guys like their sardines and their spam and their meatloaf, whatever you call it. They like to have that stuff for lunch or sometimes even for breakfast. So I have to stock up on some of that stuff. What else do I need? Juice. Maybe. I like to have cream cheese. I know it's not good for you, but I don't eat it at home. But it kind of satisfies some of my cravings that I miss from home when I have a little bit of cream cheese and toast in the morning. It's really good. And they have, and at the BQ here, they have the Philadelphia cream cheese. So it's really good. They have it here at the BQ sometimes. I bought some whipping cream. I've never seen it there, and I bought it last time. And I made brownies, and I did the cream. I whipped it up, put a little sugar in it, and I put it on top of the brownies with some vanilla ice cream. Oh, everybody loved it. Just a treat. I know I'm on a diet, but once in a while, you have to satisfy your cravings. Look how narrow this area is. Barely fit through here. So down to the highway now, and on to Hagna. Look at these two eating their mango, dry mango. How you feel? You still coughing? She looks good. She felt a little warm this morning, but I took her temperature and it was only 36.
It's scary. Maybe that's, I don't know. Give her back.
She might have a touch of pneumonia, I don't know. Yes. Okay. I'm not sure what you said, but okay.